Welcome to the Auburn Doubledays pregame show brought to you by Cayuga Community College on FingerLakes1.com. I'm Claudia Balafato, joined by Jack McMullen. Jack, a good game yesterday, and I would say against all of the odds. First of all, first non-division matchup of the season, running on basically no sleep and without a manager, and it was still a good baseball game.
Well, if you got sleep, then it was definitely backwards. I mean, these guys probably slept from 8 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., and then they show up at the park at 5:15. We were just talking about this earlier today on Finger Lakes 1. It was a show and go, which means you show up and you go. So they showed up at 5:15, 5:30. They played catch, they stretched, and then they went and won a baseball game 8-3. And it was a pretty impressive performance for, you know, an overnight bus ride in a 5-hour game the night before. I mean, the odds were against Auburn yesterday. You were expecting them. No, I mean, you weren't really expecting them because, you know, Rocket says every day these guys don't quit. So, you know, but all the odds were to them rolling over. And, you know, maybe yesterday was a lost day. It wasn't. And it was a great all-around performance from Auburn.
And one guy who definitely had a great all-around performance, Drew Ward. Man, that guy went 2 for 4 at a double, home run, 5 RBIs. I mean, he just wasn't stopping.
Drew Ward was absolutely incredible yesterday. He had a 2-run bomb in the bottom of the first inning, and by bomb, I'm not saying a home run. I'm saying legitimate bomb. That thing went an easy 40, 45 feet over the right field wall, and he admired his work too. You know, he gave it a break. You know, he took a little bit getting out of the batter's box, but that's what you do when you hit a moonshot, and that's what he did. And then he coupled that with a bases-clearing double later in the game. 5 runs driven in for Drew Ward. He outrun produced Connecticut yesterday.
I got a chance to talk with him before today's game. Here with Drew Ward, who already is making headlines in Auburn. Drew Ward leads the Doubledays with the headlines today, and you did. Last night you had a great game. We've been seeing you hit well, but last night things seemed to really click. What was that turning point?
I just went to the cage yesterday and I tried to figure out a few things. I mean, I haven't really played in like 6 weeks, and I needed to go on there. I just went by myself, hit off the tee, and just tried to figure out a few things, and it kind of came all together last night. So.
You hit 315 in AA Harrisburg, here over 330. What's been the key to that consistency?
Just honestly, Austin Davidson. He's one of my teammates in AA. Gave him a little shout out right there. He's helped me a lot. He's taught me a few things that I really haven't heard before, and I've kind of just stuck with it. And ever since we talked about it last year, towards the end of the year, it's helped me a lot. So.
And you're here on rehab assignment for a thumb injury, which you don't see really too much of. My question is, how much does it affect your game having that sort of injury? Hey, thanks. Cameo, quick cameo.
Right. Okay, anyway, say it again.
So a thumb injury is not too common of an injury for baseball. How exactly does it affect your game? What aspect really?
I mean, it affects a lot, because I mean, everything with baseball, you're either holding the bat, holding the ball, putting a glove on your hand, it affects it a lot. So I mean, there are weird injuries. You just gotta take your time when you come back. You can't rush it, because if I rush it, I don't want to be out for long, you know, miss more of the season. So, I mean, it's feeling good right now. I feel like I'll be ready to go back up here soon.
Leedy, Oklahoma, population 450. This guy's hometown.
It's being nice.
I can't imagine it's too much of a baseball town. So where did the love for baseball come from?
Honestly, it's a pretty big baseball town. We've had. What is it? We've had 3 or 4 guys play professional baseball. We had 1 or 2 make it to the big leagues out of Leedy, but it's pretty big. My dad, he played a little bit of pro ball. He went to the University of Oklahoma, and then he got drafted by the Phillies, I believe, and he played all the way up until high A. But I mean, that's where I got the love from him.
Cool. Now you know Leedy, Oklahoma, baseball town. Good luck tonight, Drew Ward, guys.
Thank you.
Ward in the lineup today, batting third, and some other names we saw yesterday really produce. Once again, Son Flair, 11 consecutive games on base, 8 hits consecutive. Aruda with 10 consecutive games on base. And Peroni, love to see Peroni in there, went 1 for 4 with a double and an RBI. And on the mound today, Galindez, who we haven't really seen too much of. He had 1 true start this season versus Batavia. What do you think we can expect from him today?
Well, we can expect his 2nd true start this year. I think that's fair. Nelson Galindez is a guy that doesn't necessarily throw at lightning fast speeds. You know, he's not going to light up the radar gun. He'll be high 80s, maybe touch 90 a couple times, but you know, he's a quiet lefty. He's a guy that takes his time getting through the windup and everything like that. It's all about, you know, bend don't break with Nelson Galindez, because he's not going to rack up the strikeouts like an Alex Droop might, or like a Jackson Rutledge might a little bit later on in the year. Nelson Galindez is a guy that pitches to contact. He's going to need to do just that, and his defense is going to have to help him out, and the defense is, you know, playing really well as of late. They've strung together a ton of games of flawless baseball, last night included.
And today, game 2 of the series against the Connecticut Tigers. What would you say is the biggest threat in terms of overall team or individual players?
So his name is Riley Green, and he's really good at baseball. He's 18 years old. He was the 5th overall pick in this year's MLB draft. He's signed for $6.2 million. Whew. So, you know what? If an organization forks over $6 million for you, you better be really good at baseball. So Riley Green is really good at baseball, so if he's in the lineup, look out for him. Other than that, Connecticut's got a strong offense, and they have a strong pitching staff to boot, so this is no rollover game.
All right, what's your MVP prediction for the Doubledays?
Ride the hot hand, and no, not Drew Ward. Caldioli Sonflair is the hottest hand, I think, in the New York Penn League. He's going to keep grinding. All
right, game 2 of the series against the Connecticut Tigers. First pitch set for 7 p.m. Don't forget to listen to this guy and JD Rashi on FingerLakes1.com, and catch us here on FingerLakes1.com for the post-game show, brought to you by Cayuga Community College. Thanks, guys.